The night still lingers over Nazareth. The sky remains dark, as if the day itself hesitates to be born. A cold breeze slips through the stone and clay houses, lifting a thin layer of dust that glitters in the first cracks of light. Inside the humble dwellings, oil lamps still burn, casting long shadows across uneven walls. In one of those simple homes, a young man wakes before the sun. Jesus. Not the preacher surrounded by crowds, not the man of miracles, but the Jewish boy who grew in silence, among dust, tools, and ancient traditions. He slept on a straw mattress in a room shared with his entire family. The floor was packed earth. The air smelled of oil, wool, and wood. Before making any movement, he murmured the ancient Jewish morning prayer, the Shacharit, giving thanks for life, for light, and for the return of the soul to the body after sleep. At 12 years old, in Jerusalem, he astonished elders and scholars in the temple. His mind seemed to see deeper than eyes could reach. He asked questions that unsettled, understood answers that men spent decades studying. That moment should have marked the beginning of something, but suddenly, there was silence again. Jesus returned to Nazareth and entered the hidden years. He grew as a technician, an artisan. He spent his days cutting wood, shaping stone, repairing doors, building structures for houses and farming tools. His hands were strong, marked, calloused. Galilee was poor in wood, so he worked far more with stone and clay than with planks. His clothing was simple and rough, a short wool tunic, a cloth belt, worn sandals, and a heavy cloak that served as coat and blanket. Nothing luxurious, only what survival required. The streets of Nazareth were narrow and dusty, full of human voices. Women ground grain at dawn. Children carried water jars. Men argued about Roman taxes. The smell of hot bread mixed with dried fish. The small synagogue was the spiritual heart, where Jesus read, listened, recited, memorized, debated scripture. Food was basic, communal, the diet of ordinary people: barley bread, olive oil, lentils, figs, honey, olives, salted fish, diluted wine. Read only on religious festivals. His spiritual routine was constant and disciplined. Prayers at sunrise and sunset, blessings before meals, Sabbath observance, fasting, reading the Torah, reciting psalms, following the rituals of the Jewish calendar. For decades, Jesus walked the same dirt roads, saw the same Roman injustices, listened to stories of suffering and hope, took part in heavy work, in silent nights, in the slow rhythm of village life. And so time passed. 12 years became 20, 20 became 30, until Jesus reached the age at which a Jewish man was finally considered mature enough to teach, interpret, and carry spiritual responsibility. Around 30 years old, that was when something changed. The silent craftsman began to move as one who answers an ancient calling. The hidden years, the hard labor, the prayers, the deep observation, everything seemed to converge toward a single point. He left Nazareth, walked through the dust, and followed the path toward his destiny. But in that moment, there was still silence, still mystery, still something growing inside him, something the world was not yet ready to understand. And so the question echoes even now: what exactly awakened within Jesus, in the moments between ordinary life and the beginning of everything that was to come?